We've been working on Age of Empires 3 for almost 3 years. We hope to have it finished in the coming months, and it'll be for sale around the world by the holiday season this year. The focus is the exploration and conquest of the New World by European countries. So you will play Age of Empires 3 as one of 8 different European countries. You can play as Germany, you can play as France, Britain, I don't remember them all here, the Dutch, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the Russians, or the Ottomans. And you'll play all the way across the breadth of North and South America. Your maps could be in South America or Mexico, or they can be in Canada, or they'll be in the country I live in North America. We've been working very hard to make this a real Age of Empires game, but also make it different and innovate and make it a new experience for people who have played our past games. You'll play this game and you'll remember it is an Age game, but it's going to be new. Something wrong? Okay, is that better? Okay. One of the things that's going to be, you'll see here, is that it looks different. It's a first real-time strategy game, we think, with real physics and very high-end graphics. The programming and our team set themselves the goal of making the best-looking PC game ever made. I mean that's for you to judge, but that was the goal they set for themselves. So we're gonna show some stuff here, and I'm gonna illustrate some of the new gameplay features. I hope you'll see that it is an Age of Empires game, and I hope you'll get the sense that we have done something special with the graphics. Now what we're looking at here is one of our this would be a map of New England with the colors, the fall colors. You can see maybe leaves will be falling from the trees. See the smoke coming out of the building, the fog effects, the water, the reflections, real-time shadowing. Much of this stuff has never been seen in real-time strategy before. This is the kind of thing you'll see in a first-person shooter, but not in a strategy game. If I can grab this small ship to the right and I make it move, you'll see that it'll actually leave ripples in the water. The water is affected by the rippling. Again, people haven't seen this kind of detail in a real-time strategy game. So let's go blow some things up. We put an emphasis on the big explosions and cannons. They're a little more powerful, but they make a big effect. What I'm going to try and do here is hit these soldiers with the cannons and bounce them around, and you'll see some what we call the effect of real-time. Well, I'm trying to get these guys to hit the soldiers. Believe me, it can be done. But what we are seeing is that buildings are being blown up by real physics. The buildings are constructed apart. When they're hit, the parts actually fly off. The cannonballs will actually fly through the building. If I come over here, we'll grab some other cannons. Once we can hit some of these villagers here. But these destructions are not animations. This is real physics pulling these buildings apart. See, the cannonball went out the back of that building. You could knock a tree down or do some other damage. The windmill sail. If you see the shadows on the windmill, it's shadowing itself, and it's also shadowing the people below. Can't target people in this game. I can't target some of these villagers. I want to bounce some villagers. Okay, that kind of thing hasn't been seen in strategy before. Just go to the next scenario. We have more programmers working on the graphics for Age of Empires 3 than we had working on all of Age of Mythology. So it's been a big effort for us. What I hope to do here is bounce a couple guys off this cliff to the left. See, his hat came off and his musket came free. That's something we can do with physics. We couldn't done in our craft game. Why don't we go over to the home city? The next feature we're going to show is what we call our home city. This is the biggest new feature in Age of Empires 3. Basically, the home city is like a persistent character that you go get, you build, you upgrade, level up from game after game after game. And as you level up, you get new capabilities in your home city. Down here in the bottom left, you'll see a number 5. As I play the game, experience points needed. As I play, I kill things, I find things, I build things, I get experience points. And those add up, and when I get enough, that circle fills in, I get a new ship available in the old country that I can send to the new world. And when I click on that button, I go back to my home city, and I can, first time I have to build a deck. And now these cards are things that I can send from the home city to the new world to help me win. The cards can be more villagers, it can be resources, technology, or military units. And over here, you'll see over here, it's like I have 14 out of 20 cards, you see in this corner here. And as I level up, my city, if you see at top, is a level 0. I can get to level 50, level 60 city. I may have 100 cards available that I've earned by upgrading my city game after game. I can only use 20 per game. So it becomes another game within the game of building these decks, like a card game where I build a deck of 20 cards. This deck is particularly good when I'm fighting naval battles. This deck is particularly good when I want to play cavalry units. This deck is particularly good if I'm going to be playing against the French. I'm going to be playing against Spanish. So you mix and match your cards and put decks together. This turns out to be a lot of fun. The people who tried this in our office, visitors, let's say, have been excited about the way that the deck becomes a game for themselves. This is the 14th iteration we made on this home city. We think it's the coolest thing we've done with Age 3 to make this a different game. Although it's still an Age game, it's different. Why don't we go back to the map? And I'd like to show them the river there, the Yukon. This particular map is the Yukon, gold country in Canada. And you can see this is another example of what we've been able to do with the water and the graphics. The stream actually has a current and stuff like that. And I think that detail, muskoxen, we're hoping that people are going to say that this is detail they haven't seen in real-time strategy. And this is a typical Age game. You're building up a city, you're gathering resources, you're building these buildings, and through these buildings you get access to bigger units, more military. And now let's go on to the native settlements, please. One of the aspects of this game was difficult to figure out how to manage was the native settlements. There were certainly people in the New World when the Europeans arrived, and it wasn't a happy story for them. And it was an interesting issue for how we were going to handle that. Our decision was that we would make the natives. They wouldn't play as the natives, but the natives would be a strategy. Becoming an ally with the natives would be a good thing for you. So here's a native village. I think this is Comanche village. I built a trading post there in the middle of that map. When I click on that building, I have access now to native warriors that I can build, Comanches, and I have native technology that I can get access to. So these people plug into my tech tree. I'm British. I have a certain amount of abilities. Now I've got Comanche allies, and now I'm British Comanche. Now I can do things that I couldn't do just as Brits. So now I can build these warriors. I can get these technologies, and I'm limited how much the British can have in the New World, but the Comanche have extra capabilities. So between us, we're now more powerful. So in this map there's another native village in the top where that arrow is up on the round screen. By allying with the natives, I'm more powerful. And the native villages can't be destroyed, but they can be, they're really a powerful adjunct to your civilization in the New World. How are we doing? Let's see, we want to show a big battle. We'll show one big battle, and are we doing okay on time? We're going to show a big battle in the background. I think we've got Hamlet. You want to show? We talk about this when the big battle's going on. Yeah. Let me announce that we announced this morning there'll be a collector's edition for Age of Empires 3. This is the box. We're really excited about this. We think it's the best collector's edition we've ever done. Let me just interrupt for a minute. That the people who play Age games want lots of units on screen and big battles, and this is just a demonstration. We can do that. There's several hundred people on screen here, artillery, and a lot of mayhem. I know from experience that the blue guys are going to lose here. I've played it 100 times, and we never win this scenario. But the deck is stacked against them. Let me just let that run for me before I talk. Those little numbers that are going off there, that's an experience point that I was talking about earlier. That's part of the experience you're earning for more stuff in the home country. And the blue number means the blue side is scoring points, the red number means the red side is scoring points. Roughly from the discovery of the New World to the Napoleonic period, just after the Napoleonic period, before the American Civil War. So your combat is still a matter of face-to-face. It's not like long distance. I hope that's an idea, a taste of what the game is all about. But just to mention our collector's edition, one of the big items in the collector's edition is this new book, All the Art of the Age of Empires games. So it's a look at the artwork we've used in our games over the years, especially featuring Age 3, which is our most ambitious project to date. So this comes in the collector's edition. There'll also be a DVD, the making of Age 3. Go behind the scenes as we've been making this game, meetings and playtest sessions and parties and stuff like that. So what it's like to be inside a game development studio while you're making a game. And then we have a CD of all the music from Age 3. And a poster, really nice poster. So we're excited about this, and these have always done really well in Germany. So I hope that, especially a thank you to the fans of our games over the years who want something special. And I think they'll really appreciate this collector's edition. Any questions?
Awesome. Thank you very much. Wir haben jetzt noch ein wenig Zeit. Sie können Bruce Shelley Fragen stellen zum Spiel. Es wird jemand rumgehen mit einem Mikrofon. Also.
So you have the opportunity now, and it'll be the only time you have this chance.
One little question: how far can you zoom out?
Well, Albert was helping me here, and he was zooming in and out, and that was about as far as we have the game going right now. We certainly can unleash it entirely in our own use, but I think what you saw is pretty much as far as you're going to go out. But there may be some adjustment there, depending on as we finish over the next couple of months. You have a performance issue? Is that the question? I personally don't understand what is the constraining factor there. Do you know? Is it constraint? Is it? I don't know. We just I think we allow you to unlock that. Like the camera is fixed. But we allow you to rotate the camera if you wish. We find that the experts like to do that, but the casual gamer doesn't want to be bothered with too many controls. So we kind of figure out what is best, optimum, and we keep it there. But if you want to, you can unlock that and get more capability.
Early in development, you were playing with different formations of units. What did you conclude with that? How does it work in the final game?
They're still there, but they're not as effective as we hoped they would be. I mean, this is a big project, and we decided that we had worked on that so long. The Tome City was 14 iterations. When we design our games by playing them, and it's a very difficult process to estimate when you're going to be done. And when you work for Microsoft, they like estimates, they like dates and things like that. So there's a little bit of a clash between our culture of making games that are great and taking all the time we need, and their reasonable corporate expectations. So I think the way the formations are working, we're happy with what they are now. We would like them to be more exciting, but I think they still are cool, but they're not what we had dreamed about. There's several things in the game. They're not what we're dreamers. We're gamers. We're dreamers, and we had to pull back a little bit. But I think they're still going to look really cool.
Noch jemand eine Frage?
Does anyone else have a question? If you do, just go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll come around with a microphone.
I will say we have games set up over here. Microsoft Germany's done a fantastic job of creating a booth, and if you get a chance, we'd love to show you some more detail about the game over there.
Okay. Bruce,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.